Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Today we're diving into something huge, getting total financial control. We're not getting lost in, market timing or complex investments today.
Right.
Instead, we're focusing on the personal side of building wealth. Our mission really is to pull out the step-by-step roadmap from Dave Ramsey's Total Money Makeover material.
And not just the steps, but the mindset shifts.
Right.
The psychological changes you absolutely need to make for this stuff to actually work and stick.
Exactly. Because just knowing the steps isn't enough.
Not at all. This dive is about, confronting your own behavior first.
Right.
We need to break down those common myths about debt that everyone seems to believe.
Yeah.
And then follow a really clear path. One that leads to actual control, not just more financial stress.
Okay, so let's start with maybe the most surprising idea, the one that kicks the whole thing off, which is that the biggest enemy in your financial life isn't the economy, it's not banks, it's not even how much you earn. The main enemy, it's you. It's the person in the mirror.
It sounds kind of harsh, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But it's grounded in reality. I mean, look at Ramsey's own story.
Yeah.
He was making, close to $1 million a year by his mid-20s.
Yeah.
Hugely successful on paper.
Yeah, by any standard.
But he almost went bankrupt. And why? It wasn't bad luck. It was overconfidence, using way too much debt. And that terrible decision to co-sign loans for other people. His big income couldn't protect him from his own habits.
So if making a ton of money doesn't fix the problem, and it's not really about external forces, what's the starting point? What has to happen first?
It really boils down to looking yourself in the mirror, honestly.
Okay.
You have to acknowledge your specific mistakes. Maybe that student loan you didn't need, the credit card you ran up, the car payment that's suffocating you.
Owning it.
Exactly. And then you have to make a conscious internal decision that you're going to change your behavior for good.
Right.
Until that commitment clicks. None of the strategies, none of the steps we talk about today, they can't save you from yourself.
That internal choice. That's the real starting line.
That's it.
Okay, let's unpack that then. Before we even think about budgets or anything, we have to beat these mental traps. And the first big one you mentioned is denial.
Oh, yeah. Denial is, it's a really powerful trap. And it's comfortable, isn't it? It lets you rationalize things. You think, oh, everyone has debt, or, I pay my bills on time, mostly, so I must be okay.
Right, I'm managing.
Yeah, managing. But meanwhile, you're stuck on this treadmill. Paying interest, paying principal, basically working today to pay for stuff you bought yesterday. Debt servitude.
Just avoiding the hard truth of the numbers.
Precisely. And the source material really hammers this. Denying your financial reality is like someone who's seriously overweight, glancing in the mirror saying, nah, I'm fine. You're just ignoring the fact that your current path, it's heading toward financial trouble. And the key takeaway, the quote to remember is, denial is not a financial plan.
Okay.
Change only starts when you face the cold, hard reality of your debts. And just as importantly, your spending habits.
That flows right into the next big problem, doesn't it? The whole debt myth. Society kind of pushes this idea that debt is a tool, like smart people use it to get ahead, buy a house, start a business.
Yeah, it's insidious. And you have to ask, why is that myth so common?
Who benefits?
Exactly. The entire lending industry profits massively from keeping people hooked on debt. When you take out a loan, use that credit card, you're basically selling your future work, your future income, to pay for something you already consumed.
Wow, but like that.
The sources are crystal clear on this. Debt does not create freedom. It creates servitude. It literally steals your future income.
So how do the wealthy actually do it then?
They rely on their income, disciplined saving, and smart long-term investing. They build assets. They don't typically leverage themselves to the hilt with debt. So a huge goal here is just destroying that core belief that you need debt to live or succeed, that it's impossible to live without it.
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting for me. Once you get past that internal denial, you start bumping into these external myths about wealth itself. Chapter 4 talks about these non-secrets of the rich. What are they?
Yeah, demystifying wealth is key because it makes achieving it feel possible, not like some magic trick.
Right.
So there are 3 big myths we need to bust. Myth number 1, thinking a higher income automatically makes you wealthy.
Which sounds logical, but
it's just not true. We see all the time. People get a raise, and what happens?
they spend more. New car, bigger house.
Exactly. Lifestyle creep. They drown in debt even faster, just at a higher income level. The real key isn't just earning more, it's controlling your spending. That applies whether you make $40,000 or $400,000. Control is everything.
Okay, myth 2. A good credit score means you're financially successful. This one is everywhere.
Oh, it's a huge trap. We're trained to worship that FICO score. But think about what it actually measures. A high score just means you're really good at borrowing money and paying it back. You're proficient at the debt game.
So it proves you're a good debtor, not that you're actually free.
That's the crucial insight. It is absolutely not a sign of financial freedom. The goal of this whole approach is actually to become so financially strong that you don't even need a credit score. You build real strength through cash, through assets, not through some number the lenders calculate.
Okay. And the third myth, that success is mostly luck. You know, winning the lottery or having some secret connection.
Yeah, we love those stories, but the research is pretty clear. Most wealthy people, especially millionaires in America, are first-generation rich.
They built it themselves.
They built it themselves through years, often decades, of disciplined saving, aggressively avoiding debt, and steady long-term planning. There's no magic involved. It's consistency and patience. Boring, maybe, but effective.
So, okay, we've accepted denial is bad, high income isn't the magic bullet, myths are busted. What about those everyday pressures? Chapter 5 gets into ignorance and that classic problem, keeping up with the Joneses.
Right. Ignorance here doesn't mean being dumb. It just means, well, most of us never got a formal education in how to actually manage money.
True. We learn how to make it.
But not how to budget it, save it, invest it wisely. So the system requires you to be proactive. You have to actively seek out that knowledge yourself. You have to learn this stuff.
Right. And then there's the Joneses. I still catch myself looking at my neighbor's new car or whatever and feeling that little twinge, you know?
Oh, yeah. That pressure to match what everyone else seems to have. The bigger house, the latest phone, the fancy vacations. And how do people usually afford it?
Loans, debt.
Exactly. And here's the kicker, the part you have to remember. The Joneses, they're often completely broke. They're drowning in payments themselves.
Right. That shiny SUV might just mean a huge monthly bill.
Precisely. Their lifestyle is often a house of cards built on debt. Trying to keep up with that superficial standard using your future income, it's just self-destruction. You have to tune out the noise, ignore what everyone else is doing, and just focus relentlessly on your own plan.
All right. Mindset reset. Traps identified. We've admitted we are the problem. Debt is not our friend. So now we pivot from the psychological stuff to the actual practical steps, right? The baby steps.
Exactly. This is where the action starts, where you build momentum. And baby step 1 is all about creating a little bit of emotional stability. Save $1,000 fast.
Okay, $1,000. That feels manageable, maybe, but also kind of small in the grand scheme of things.
It is small, and that's precisely why it's step 1 and so powerful. The why behind it is critical.
Okay.
That little $1,000 buffer is what stops life's little emergencies. The tire blows out, the kid needs stitches, the washing machine dies from immediately forcing you back into debt.
Okay. It breaks the cycle?
Breaks the cycle. You cut spending ruthlessly, you sell stuff you don't need, maybe pick up extra hours at work, you get intense. Saving that first $1,000 quickly is a huge mental win. It proves to yourself, hey, I can actually do this.
And if you can't manage to save even that $1,000...
then the problem isn't really the money, it's the discipline. That's the wake-up call.
Got it. So once you have that small safety net, then you go on the attack. Baby step 2, the debt snowball.
Yep. Time to eliminate the debt. And the method is very specific, very structured.
How does it work again?
You list out all your debts, everything except the house, from the smallest balance to the largest balance. You ignore the interest rates for now.
Ignore the interest rates. Okay.
Temporarily, yes. You pay the absolute minimum payment on all the debts, except the very smallest one. That smallest debt, you attack it with every extra dollar you can find. Get intense.
Okay.
Once that smallest debt is totally gone, boom. You take the money you were paying on it, the minimum payment plus all the extra, and you add it to the minimum payment of the next smallest debt.
So the payment amount snowballs gets bigger as you go down the list.
Exactly. It picks up mass and speed.
Okay, but I got to push back here a little. Ignoring a, say, 25% interest credit card to pay off a 5% student loan just because the student loan balance is smaller, doesn't the math say attack the highest interest rate first?
Yeah.
That saves you the most money in interest payments, right? It feels kind of illogical.
And that is the brilliant counterintuitive core of the debt snowball. You are 100% correct, mathematically speaking. Paying the highest interest rate first will save you the most money over time. No question.
So why not do that?
Because this plan isn't just about math. It's about behavior modification. It prioritizes psychological wins. Think about it. Why do most people give up on getting out of debt? Because it feels like it takes forever. They don't see progress. The debt snowball gives you quick, visible victories early on. You might knock out 2 or 3 small debts in just a few months.
Yeah, I can see how that would feel good.
It feels amazing. That momentum, that feeling of accomplishment, that confidence boost that is far more powerful in actually changing your long-term habits than saving a few extra bucks on interest by tackling the giant high-interest loan first. It changes you.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense now. It's about sticking with it. The goal is changing behavior, not just optimizing a spreadsheet.
Precisely. So once all that consumer debt, credit cards, student loans, car loans, everything but the mortgage is gone, then you move to solidify your foundation. Baby step 3, finish the emergency fund.
Right, back to saving, but bigger this time.
Much bigger. The goal now shifts dramatically. Save up 3 to 6 months worth of essential living expenses.
Wow, okay, that's a significant chunk of money.
It is. And this is your real security blanket. This protects you from the major life earthquakes, losing your job, a serious medical issue, a major home repair. Having this fund provides incredible peace of mind. Real control.
And where do you keep this money?
Not invested, right? Absolutely not. This money needs to be safe and easily accessible. Liquid. That means a simple high-yield savings account, or maybe a money market account. No risk. You need to be able to get it immediately if disaster strikes.
Defense. Done. Debt-free, mostly. Emergency fund fully loaded. Now we switch to offense, right? Building wealth. Baby step 4, retirement investing.
Now you're playing offense, exactly. And the target is clear. Invest 15% of your gross household income specifically for retirement.
15%.
Every year, consistently.
Yeah.
And if we connect this to the bigger picture, this is where the magic of compound interest really takes off. Starting early is crucial. Retirement is coming, whether you plan for it or not.
Better to plan. Where does this 15% go?
Into tax-advantaged retirement accounts. So things like your 401k or 403b at work, especially if there's a company match, you grab that free money first. Then Roth IRAs, traditional IRAs, you utilize those tax advantages.
Okay, 15% going to retirement. What's next? Baby step 5, college funding for the kids.
Right. If you have children and want to help with college, this is the time. The focus is on using tax-advantaged plans specifically designed for education.
Like 529 plans.
Exactly. 529s are great. ESAs, education savings accounts, are another option. But there's a critical non-negotiable rule here.
Which is?
You absolutely must complete baby step 3, full emergency fund, and be actively doing baby step 4, investing 15% for your retirement before you start saving for college in step 5.
Why so strict on the order?
The logic is stark, but sound. Your kids can get loans for college. There are scholarships, grants, part-time jobs. But you cannot get a loan for your retirement. You have to secure your own financial future first. Taking out loans yourself for your kids' education is considered, well, financial suicide for the parent.
Protect your own oxygen mask first.
That's the idea. Secure your retirement, then help with college using smart savings vehicles. And encourage your kids to have some skin in the game, too.
Makes sense. Okay, that leads us to the last big debt for most people. Baby step 6. Pay off the home mortgage. Now, lots of financial folks call a mortgage good debt, right? Low interest, tax deductible sometimes. Why the push to eliminate it completely?
Yeah, that good debt label is common. But look, even a low-interest mortgage is still debt. It's still tying up a significant chunk of your income every single month for 15 or 30 years. And over the life of that loan, you often pay way more in interest than the house originally cost. Getting rid of that mortgage payment entirely, that provides an unbelievable level of psychological freedom.
I can imagine.
A massive financial flexibility. Think about it. Once that huge payment is gone forever, your mandatory monthly expenses plummet. It frees up an enormous amount of cash flow for saving, investing, giving, whatever you want.
Yeah.
It's the ultimate declaration that you are truly debt-free.
The final boss of debt.
Pretty much.
And that brings us to the top of the mountain.
Maybe step 7.
Build wealth and be generous. This sounds like the fun part.
It is. This is the culmination, the reward for all that hard work and discipline. Now that you're completely debt-free, including the house, and you've got your retirement investing humming along, you just keep going.
Iterate everything.
You accelerate wealth building, you max out investments, maybe look into other opportunities, but it's also about more than just piling up money. The ultimate goal isn't just having a big bank account.
Right.
It's about using that financial power you've built to truly enrich your own life, secure your family's future for generations, maybe start a business, travel, and also to make a real difference in the world through intentional planned generosity. giving back becomes a major focus.
It's about freedom and impact.
That's the essence of it. Freedom for yourself, impact for others.
Wow. Okay, so that whole journey, starting with facing yourself in the mirror, battling denial, then the discipline march through the baby steps, defense first, then offense, all leading up to building significant wealth and being able to give generously. That really is a total money makeover.
It absolutely is. If we synthesize the whole thing, the core message is this. Financial freedom isn't some quick fix. It's not about luck or secrets. It's the direct, predictable result of self-control, a ton of patience, and just methodically following this clear, structured, 7-step plan.
And it really changes your whole perspective on money, doesn't it? It's an internal transformation.
Totally. It's a profound shift in how you see money and, frankly, how you live your life.
And the message seems to be that anyone, really, no matter where they're starting from or how much they make, can achieve this if they commit to the discipline.
That's the belief. It takes work, no doubt. But the path is laid out, which kind of leaves us with a final thought, maybe a challenge for you listening.
Okay.
If you're someone who still kind of believes that debt is just normal, that's necessary to get by or get ahead, ask yourself honestly, what specific behaviors, what purchases are you justifying right now, today, that are actively costing you your long-term financial freedom?
Ooh, that's a tough question.
It is. But challenging that belief, that's where your personal freedom really begins.